What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? These ultra-low net-carb baked goods contain zero sugar, fewer calories, and more protein than the leading brands, and are high in fiber to support gut health. Shop now at Hero.co.
What up? This is Shan, and this is Cozy Womb Podcast, and this is just a drive-in. What is a healthy age to leave your kid at home? In 2018, what's a good age? Just asking. I got my answer. I'm going to share my answer with y'all. But what do you think is a good age? A good age to leave your kid at home in 2018. I say 13 for a boy who knows where the emergency weapon is in the house and knows how to use it. And he's responsible. He's intelligent. You can trust him. He's not schemy. You know what I'm saying? You know, kids that are schemy, you know your kids are schemy. The one with the squinty eye. The one that's always wondering when you leaving, what time you going to be back. Those are schemy kids. If your child is not a schemy child and you could trust them, I feel like you can leave them at home and come back and your house is still in one piece. I feel like you can. And a lot of kids, the one that's not popular, that really don't have friends coming to the house, they can stay at home. I trust them. The one that scared of me, they can stay home. I trust them. They can stay home. The ones that are very quiet and humble and just mind their business, they can stay home. I trust them. I was, I think it was last year or the year before that, in the news, it was this, he must have been 11 or 12 here in Georgia. He was home, and it was during the day, and I guess the robbers didn't think anybody was at the house because they try to come through the back. Oh, shit, that scared me. Some pictures fell out. And they try to come through the back, and one of them started kicking in the door and didn't know the 11-year-old was home. So he went in the closet, got the emergency gun in the house because his parents taught him how to use it. He knew where it was, and he was comfortable. And in order for him to feel safe, that man did what he needed to do, that young boy. And once he heard them shuffling around at the back door and trying to kick it in to come in and rob the place because they thought nobody was home, he shot. And I think one of them was shot. The other one helped the one that kicked it in and run off. And the boy was safe. The cops were called, and that was self-defense. Today in 2018, people are opportunists. And it goes on a lot in Georgia where they wait for people who are working, minding their damn business, to not be home. And your kid can come home from school, and they may not know that. And they try to break in their house. And I think it's sick to think that in today's society, you can't even go to work and feel comfortable leaving your home how you left it because somebody else wants to come in and take something that's not theirs. That's shitty. But I feel like the people that was trying to rob that house got what they deserve. And I feel like if you're a parent and you have a firearm and your child is a preteen or a teen, and they come home before you get home from work by 30 minutes or an hour, I suggest you show them how to use that firearm for their safety, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. There's nothing wrong with knowledge at any age. It's putting your child ahead of the game. So that's a whole nother episode that I talk about kids with firearms, but I think 13, if he knows how to use a firearm, let him stay. And he's responsible and you can trust him. For a girl, I'm really not biased when it comes to a boy or a girl on things. But for a girl, just because more things I feel like can happen against a girl's will than a boy. I would say 15 if she's nerdy, if she's smart, if she knows how to use a firearm and she knows where it's located. But today, there's Wi-Fi cameras. There's the Ring doorbell where you can actually have video who's at the door. There's so many things. Like when I leave my house, my Wi-Fi camera is on a timer where it automatically comes on. It tells me it can hear what sound is going on in the house, and it'll let me know. It tells me if there's any movement in the house. And there's 4 cameras to my house. Outside, inside, in the girls' room, in my room. Like, it's too many ways to be safe. So, if I want to check on my house while I'm at work, I'm going to check on my house while I'm at work. You know? I'm comfortable with that. Too many ways, simply safe. You don't have to do a every, year permanent type thing. They work through Wi-Fi. You can pay a low amount of money and have as many sensors in your house that you want. Like, there's too many ways to be safe, and your kids need to be more aware. And if they have smartphones, utilize those smartphones. Know where they are. You know what I'm saying? Have them call you when they get in the house. Have them call you when they get somewhere else. Look at them on video. Make sure they're doing what they say they was doing. There's too many ways to play it safe when it comes to your kids and leaving them at home right now. Like, I was talking to my friend on FaceTime the other day. I said, you know what? If I charge my iPad long enough, I can leave you on FaceTime and go run out to the car and ask you to watch my kids real quick. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in society today having babysitters sit on FaceTime or on their laptop while they go out, and they just let them know when they move from the camera too long. I was just joking, but I'm sure there's somebody really out here in society doing that shit. But there's just too many ways to be comfortable with your teenager at home. And if your teenager is not responsible enough to be at home by themselves, what are you doing as a parent? And why does that teen not have a skill level of intelligence to know that you're not playing with them when you leave the house? That is an important thing. There should be some, standard or some moral value of trust, especially if you have younger kids that you may need them to watch. Like, the first time I watched a kid, I was... how old was I? I think I was 11 or 12. And it wasn't like a new kid that I just knew and I just met the parent. My mom watched them during the week, and it was on like a night, and my mom just couldn't leave for whatever reason. She couldn't leave, and so the lady was comfortable with me going to the house and watching the kids for a couple of hours, and that's what I did. But my mom knew I was responsible enough and I could do that without opening the door, without having anybody over, without going on social media and putting in my location, because that's the thing these young stupid kids do now. Put in their location of where they are, and they talk too much. And they tweet too many details, and they just you doing too much. Not everybody needs to know where you're at right now. Not everybody needs to know where you're going right now. Not everybody needs to know that you're by yourself right now. People don't need to know that. Keep some things on the hush. And if your child is not that responsible to be at home by themselves, don't leave them at home by themselves. But if you right now financially just can't do a babysitter, take them kids to someone you can trust until you can be home. Do the Wi-Fi thing and check on them cameras. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you need to do safety-wise for your home and for your kids, because there's a way to do it now, and it makes it real easy. And if you need to be like, hey, no social media until I get back, then that's what you do. I'm sure you're paying that phone bill. Turn it off until you get back. Turn the social media, the data off. You can always make a call, an emergency call, but turn that off. Like, there's a way to do it. I think 13 for a boy to leave them at home, or 15 for a girl. Those are just my thoughts. It's very easy today for creeps from the outside to come into your home. But if you do what you need to do within your home, to the outside also, I feel like you'll be fine. But, I remember when I moved to Georgia, there was a lot of, parents doing some dumb shit when it comes to the kids, like leaving toddlers in the apartment all day by themselves, locking the doors, they not having nothing to eat or drink, and you don't leave toddlers at home. Or they leave kids in the car while they go get their hair done, or kids in the car while they go work because they can't afford a babysitter. Like, I understand, like, when it comes to being a single parent out here and not being able to afford a babysitter. Like, most of the time, what you will probably make in a day and you having to pay a babysitter for keeping your child for a day, that shit not adding up. And that's when you hit them with the, hey, I can't come in today because I can't, it doesn't make any sense for me paying for a sitter. It's going to be like I'm not at work anyway. Y'all basically getting free work out of me. So I'm going to be home. I catch y'all tomorrow. Or I catch y'all Thursday. Or I catch y'all Friday. If your job is not equaling the amount you paying out for a sitter, it makes no sense. Like, one of my jobs that I worked for 4 years. 4 years. I was, let me see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I was 6 months away from getting my pension, my G. But because my 1-year-old dad is an asshole, and because of his ego, in a situation that went on, I had to become basically a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, partial Wednesday, partial Friday parent. And he's allowed to not do anything extra until, next year, January. Financially, I got to do everything myself. So it just came to a point where it didn't make any sense me paying out a sitter for my 4-year-old and me paying out a sitter for my 1-year-old by myself and working the job I was working, the hours I was working that job in order to get from point A to point B and able to pick them up without me having any late fee charge or anything like that. It was just too frustrating. It was too stressful. So I had to let that job go. Because I don't care where I am in life. I am an individual first. I am a mother second. And then I could be whatever I need to be in my career or in my work life. But there ain't no way my work life about to trump me being a great mother. And so I had to take myself away from that job in order to be the mother I needed to be to my kids. So sometimes I understand you needing, your child to be at home so you can work. But at the same time, my children are too young to be at home by themselves. And I don't leave them at home by themselves. I don't leave them at home inside to go take out the trash. If they're with me, hey, let's go take a trip, taking out the trash. Or, I can view the door as I'm taking out the garbage. Or I can view the door as I'm going to the car. Like, none of that is taking place. I'm not with that. Leave the kid in the car. When I go to the gas station, the child is coming with me if I cannot pay at the pump. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Like, I can't even fully imagine me feeling like, I'm just going in the gas station real quick and I'll be right out. I've witnessed people in quote unquote nice areas leave their car at the pump and people just walk straight by the car, check the car, it's open, swoop right in and drive right the hell off. It's quick. So if you value yourself and you value your children's lives, do not leave your child in the car. It's not worth it. Shout out to Waze. On the Waze app, they have this thing where you can put in there a child reminder. So anytime I'm getting from point A to point B on the Waze app, it'll say, and you can put in there what you wanted to say. Say, get the damn kids, woman. I'm like, okay, I'm getting the kids. But I'm just saying, let's get back on track. If you need to leave your kids at home, make sure they're responsible. But there's a way for you to be on, dotting your I's and crossing your T's. There's a way for you to do it. And there's a way for you to stay safe in your home and keep your children safe in your home. Just be smart about it. Don't be lazy. Don't think that, such and such. Because one thing I had to learn about being in the South versus being up north is up north, I felt more comfortable walking from Williamsburg and going over the bridge and walking into LES and Soho and NoHo at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. by myself than I do walking down a Georgia road that barely got no damn lights by myself at 9 o'clock at night. I'm just saying, a lot of people in the South got more time to idle, got more time to watch you, got more time to, this is a nice neighborhood, ain't nothing gonna happen here. FYI, people purposely go to nice neighborhoods to do shit that you wouldn't expect because people get too comfortable and they leave their doors unlocked and they leave their keys in the car and they leave just valuable shit just laying around thinking ain't nobody gonna bother it. Don't leave an opportunity open for BS. Be aware of everything all the time. Because somebody is watching you. Somebody is always watching you. What they say, the feds is on it. But I'm just saying, 13 for a boy, leaving them at home is cool. Responsible boy, and 15 for a girl. I'm sticking with it. I'm raising responsible, intelligent girls. So you do what you need to do for your kid. But that's what I think. I think that's an appropriate age to leave your kid at home. My mom was damn near always at home. And if my mom was at home, my brothers were at home. And my youngest brother, we're 3 years apart. He's older. Next one, I think, is like 4 or 5 years apart. Next one is 2 years apart. Next one is 3 years apart. Next one is like, I want to say 2 or 3 years apart. So it's kind of like she always had a way to go if she needed to go somewhere and come right back. But we wasn't doing any crazy. We wasn't throwing no parties. We wasn't doing none of that. So just know your child, and then you'll know what age you can leave them responsibly at your house and come back to everything being how it needs to be. My name is Shan, and I'm out. Y'all have a great day.